Class 4 phase modulation. I already told in what is a frequency modulation and its waveforms and modulation index of FM, advantages and disadvantages of a frequency modulation. I told in my previous class. Now I am explaining phase modulation. Phase modulation, it is a one type of a modulation technique where the phase of the carrier signal is a varies in accordance with the instantaneous amplitude of the message signal or information signal. In phase modulation simply called as a FM. Next, coming to the frequency modulation diagram, show here the phase of the carrier signal is a varies where the amplitude of the carrier signal is remains constant. The phase modulation is also referred to the PM. The first figure contains the message signal. Here x-axis I am taking a time and y-axis I am taking a amplitude. The message signal contains the only useful information. This is the second signal. It is a high frequency carrier wave which does not contain any information here. And the last figure it shows the resultant phase modulated signal. And here observe that the phase of the both positive and negative half cycles of the carrier signal is a varies as per the amplitude variation of the modulating signal. During the positive half cycle of the carrier signal, phase shift in a one direction. Observe here. The carrier signal is phase shift in the opposite direction. In phase modulation, signal to noise ratio SNR of the phase modulation is better than amplitude modulation and frequency modulation. However, the signal to noise ratio of the phase modulation is not a good from the frequency modulation. The modulation index of phase modulation is directly proportional to the message signal. Note here, the phase modulation and the frequency modulation are closely related to each other. The phase modulation is primarily used from the some mobile radio services and other applications are used in the frequency modulation. This is a frequency modulation technique.